Hello, welcome to the market recap video. I am filling in for Charting Man Dan. He is out to our meetup today. So let's get started. We had FOMC today and it is Wednesday, July 26th, and we are dealing with the aftermath of Mr. Powell. So what do we have left the rest of the week? We have GDP tomorrow morning, which could bring about volatility. We have initial jobless claims, and we have PCE on Friday. PCE and GDP typically create some volatility, so just be aware of that. And I'm going to start out with the most important chart. We were unable to break 460925. Yesterday we hit 460875, and then today we triple topped there. We beat it by $1.50, but $1.50 on a $4,600 instrument does not constitute a bull break. So this is one of the most important charts that I'm looking at, is looking at NQ, and we're going to want to mark off the low of the reaction and the high of reaction, and how we respond tomorrow to GDP will be telling. All right, looking at QQQ. QQQ has a 4-hour tightening range. It doesn't look quite as neat on NASDAQ, but we do have a 4-hour tightening range. And the question is the NASDAQ and QQQ, are they putting in their lower high? More importantly, NASDAQ, because it's our futures. So are we putting in a lower high, or are the bulls still pushing? And we'll take a look at Apple in a minute. RTY looks like a potential daily bull flag. No issues there. 4-hour, this chart looks fine. This is actually what I affectionately call a trampoline pattern, where bears are trying to turn and push it down, and bulls continue to buy the dip, and it creates this rounded bottom. We have a squeeze. We're holding 50 RSI, so RTY may be a watch for a bullish trade into tomorrow. Looking at YM, they're like, what FOMC? They had a little bit of volatility, but YM looks very strong. So we're looking at BA is what I wanted to pull up. So BA had a beautiful day, 8.72%. It had a breakout, and BA could be on watch tomorrow for a back burner trade. And the reason I bring up BA is it helped YM today with its little runner. So Dow looks healthy, RTY looks healthy, ES looks healthy. NASDAQ has a tightening range on this 4-hour that we'll be watching into tomorrow. Does the daily lower high get put in tomorrow? That's the question. If Bitcoin is our canary, then we have a little some bullish information entering the market here. And when I mean canary, like a signaling that maybe we have some more bullish move coming into the NASDAQ, because this is a nice move up on Bitcoin. We broke the daily inside bar bullish. We were sitting on the 50 MA. I've been pointing that out for a few days on the pregame show. I am very affectionate toward the daily 50 MA, and it worked like a charm this morning. So beautiful move up, plenty of room for an hourly higher low on a pullback. Looking at gold, actually let me look at the dollar first. So on the dollar, we got that daily lower high we've been looking for. We had some more consolidation today. We have an hourly downtrend. And gold has an hourly uptrend. So we'll see, can gold hold on to these gains tomorrow, or are we setting a daily lower high over the next 24 hours? And I think that's possible with gold. So I'll be watching gold pretty closely. So TCG members, you'll want to check the commodities channel in the morning. I'll give you an update first thing on what gold did overnight. So I am on the hunt for the gold daily lower high. Oil to me is a very healthy chart. This weekly chart is one of my favorite charts out there with a squeeze. We're running into the weekly 50 MA. That is the only small problem I see for bulls now. They had inventory today, had a slight bearish reaction, then they bounced, and then they came back in on the FOMC announcement. So we have a weekly higher high, plenty of room for a weekly higher low. And on the daily, we had just an inside bar, really healthy. However, we lost the trend on the hourly chart. So technically you could try a top fish on the next hourly lower high, attempt looking for that 4-hour potential lower high, and for that weekly 50 MA to hold overhead. So again, on larger time frames, I am bullish oil, but shorter term time frames, it looks like we're in an area for consolidation. Apple. We've been watching this Apple chart as part of pregame show. excuse the terrible drawing, but we've been in a squeeze for 6 days. And according to the squeeze, we still haven't broken out bull. We got over 195. We hit 195.64, which Apple is so notorious for doing this, breaking a little resistance. We had over here 195.59 by a nickel and then pulling back in. So I'm still considering Apple in this tightening range, and how this breaks up or down tomorrow, I think will tell us a lot. So we had the double daily inside bars break bull, and I wouldn't say that a daily higher high is off the table. A lower high is the more likely scenario, but bulls could pull off a higher high. I'll be interested to see how Apple behaves in the morning. XLF, we still have a potential 4-hour head and shoulders pattern that I am watching into tomorrow for another potential short attempt. I got stopped out of my short attempt from the prior day, but I'm still looking at XLF for short. 35.91 is still holding, and that's the monthly level from right here, from the high of March, 35.91. XLV has a tightening hourly pattern. This is super healthy. There's nothing wrong with this chart. Healthcare looks like a daily bull flag. So XLV bulls look strong, and if they can keep things held up tomorrow, that could be good for the market. And if XLF can break 35.91, Amazon is approaching the daily 50 MA. We held the support 125.92. Today we hit 126.11. If 126 holds in the morning, that may be a good bottom fish area, but overall weakness in Amazon. Netflix, we were looking for that potential daily bear flag. It confirmed today, and then it got a decent bounce. We're still below these EMAs. I would look for another top fish setup on Netflix. If we were to push up into the 428 area, it could be another short. Baba continues to hold up really well. Daily inside bar. I mean, this is super healthy. And again, we were looking for this monthly inverse head and shoulders on all of these Chinese names that Dan has been pointing out for a while now. So that's why he's continuing to eye these China names bullishly. And if you look at NEO, I would keep NEO on back burner watch for tomorrow. It was up almost 11% today. So this could be a great candidate for first 5 or 15 minute back burner tomorrow during regular trading hours. All right, that's it for the market recap. And TCGers, I'll see you in the room. And thanks for joining the broadcast.